What's up, guys?
So I wanted to make this video because yesterday, as of this recording, the news officially broke from the man himself that Tom Brady is retiring from the NFL after 22 brilliant years in the league. And I wanted to make a video about it because I have so many thoughts on this, and I wanted to just put them in a video because I know my channel is kind of music centered, but football has always been such a big part of my life. I'm a huge sports fan. I love basketball, baseball. I love all of it, but football is number one for me. I love the pros. I love college football. It's why the fall, or part of the reason why the fall and winter is part of my favorite time of the year is because of football. And I have been very fortunate and blessed to watch Tom Brady's entire NFL career. And a lot of people have different thoughts on him, and some people love him, some people hate him. You know how it is. But I will say that it has been a blessing to watch this dude play football for 22 years in the NFL. Obviously, I mean, I remember as a kid, like 7 or 8 years old, watching him win his first Super Bowl. Obviously, Drew Bledsoe was the quarterback for the Patriots, and he got hurt, and so they brought in Brady, and he was drafted in the 6th round out of Michigan. An afterthought. Like, nobody really cared much about him or where he played or, whose roster he was on, and he came in, and I remember that first Super Bowl he won against Kurt Warner and the Rams. I was really rooting for the Patriots in that Super Bowl for 2 reasons. Number one, my team right here is the Tennessee Titans, and Kurt Warner's Rams had just beaten the Titans in the Super Bowl a couple of years earlier, so I wanted some revenge on Kurt Warner for that. But also, it was the first Super Bowl after 9/11, and I thought it would be really cool for a team named the Patriots to win the Super Bowl after 9/11. And they did. Brady with a brilliant drive to set up the Adam Vinatieri field goal to beat the Rams. And it's so crazy. I remember watching that, and that was the beginning of Brady's run. And now to have seen his entire career and to have seen him still playing at such a high level. I've watched the man play in 10 Super Bowls, and he has won 7 of them. Just baffling. And I will say there have been some great winners in sports. Michael Jordan comes to mind. Tiger Woods comes to mind. Serena Williams comes to mind. That's like Mount Rushmore of sports, in my opinion. Tom Brady is just the greatest winner that I've ever seen. Have there been other quarterbacks come along that were more gifted athletically than him? Yes. Were there guys that I thought, maybe even on paper were better than him? Probably so. But he was the greatest winner that I've ever seen. Just knew how to do it. And getting to the Super Bowl is not an easy thing to do. We have seen so many quarterbacks. I think about the Green Bay Packers, who have had 30 years where their 2 quarterbacks were Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, 2 all-time greats. That organization has been gifted to have 2 all-time great quarterbacks back-to-back, and yet each of them got to and won 1 Super Bowl. That's how hard it is. Drew Brees got to and won 1 Super Bowl in his career. Even the great Peyton Manning, who may be my favorite quarterback of all time, went to 3 and won 2 of them. Again, that's great. The great Ben Roethlisberger, who just retired, he went to 3 Super Bowls and won 2 of them. Man, that's tremendous. And I never thought we would see anything else like Joe Montana, who won, I think, 5. But this Tom Brady, man, was on another level. He went to 10. That's not even fathomable. He went to 10 Super Bowls and won 7. The dude's got 7 rings. And I was a Brady hater, a Braider, for many years. And the night that he led the comeback against the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl, 28-3 down, they come back to win it in overtime in the Super Bowl. I said that night, I said the discussion is over. He is the greatest of all time. I said it that night. He's been to 3 more Super Bowls since then and won 2 of them. And one of them was with a different team. The dude went to a different team. What a risk that was. If he goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and they're not any good, people are always going to question his legacy. They're always going to say it was all Belichick. It was nothing to do with Brady. He was a system quarterback. But not only does he go to another team and have success, he wins the Super Bowl with the other team. And his final game, I know they lost to the Rams a couple of weeks ago, but they were down 27-3, and he led them back to tie it before ultimately coming up short at the end. But he led the league this past year in everything: yards, attempts, touchdowns. Like, the dude was just on top of his game. He's going out on top and 44 years old. And I just consider it a blessing to have watched this guy in the NFL for 22 years do what is so difficult for other guys, and he's done it 10 times. He's been, and that doesn't even include the years where they were 1 game shy and all of this stuff. I am in awe of this dude and what he's been able to do, and I know there are some great young quarterbacks in this league. Patrick Mahomes obviously could retire right now, and he's already had a Hall of Fame career. That's how good he is. Josh Allen, it's only a matter of time till he's got a Super Bowl ring. Joe Burrow, my goodness gracious, what that guy's doing is unbelievable. I watched it firsthand when he did it to my Titans a few weeks ago. But I think about these other guys. Obviously, there's a ton of talent in this league, and more coming in every year at the quarterback position. But it will never be duplicated again what Tom Brady has done. It's not to take anything away from those other guys, but what Brady has done will never be topped. It will never be duplicated. We will never see anybody do what that man has done again. It's not to say we won't see anybody win multiple rings. I'm not saying that. I'm saying nobody is ever going to do what that guy has done with the New England Patriots, obviously, but then to go to Tampa Bay and elevate them from being nothing to being a Super Bowl winning team. Unreal. And look at what's happened to the Patriots after he left. I know Belichick's a great coach, but the Patriots are struggling to find their way. All due respect to Mac Jones, who I think is going to be really good. They're struggling to find their way. I just had to do this video as a dedication to the greatest winner, truly the GOAT, the greatest of all time, the greatest winner I've ever seen in any sport. Just a guy who won me over because I didn't like him. I was a Brady hater, but this guy has won me over years and years and years ago. He is the greatest. To me, it's not even disputable, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody else. Like I said, Peyton Manning is probably my favorite quarterback of all time, but Brady is the greatest. He's the greatest. He will go down in history as the greatest, and I know he's not eligible for the Hall of Fame until 2027, but they should just put him in tomorrow, and they should name the Hall of Fame after him because he's that great. I just had to do this video to talk about it. Brady, congratulations. He's never going to see this, but obviously, if you ever see this, Tom Brady, congratulations on the greatest career I've ever seen in my life. You're the man. Enjoy retirement, Tom Brady. Take it in, soak it up. Bye.